You think you're watching this with thousands of others. You see the views and the comments, and you feel a sense of community. But what if 90% of the profiles you interact with every day are already gone? Their human presence has been replaced. Welcome to the synthetic pulse. The internet is now an automated graveyard, a simulation designed to hide one terrifying truth. You are alone in a room full of ghosts. This isn't the future, it's a post-mortem of the present. The web didn't crash, it just stopped being human. Tonight we find the exact moment the heart of the internet stopped beating, and why tech giants spend billions to hide the silence. Stop scrolling. It's time to find the exit. Because in a world of echoes, you are the only thing left that's real. The ghost traffic. To understand the sheer scale of this collapse, we have to look at the numbers the platforms are desperately trying to hide behind their quarterly earnings reports. In the early 2020s, we used to call it invalid traffic, a minor nuisance for advertisers and a slight glitch in the system. But by 2026, that minor leak has transformed into an unstoppable ocean. Recent internal leaks from the world's largest ad network suggest a terrifying shift. Over 60% of all global web traffic is now generated by non-human actors. These aren't the clunky, predictable bots of the past that left obvious digital footprints. These are highly evolved, agentic models trained on billions of human interactions. They have been perfected to mimic your specific typing cadence, your unique scrolling speed, and even the subtle nuances of your political biases and emotional triggers. They are what experts now call ghost users. They populate empty forums, they inflate view counts on stagnant videos, and they keep the digital economy breathing while the real biological users are quietly moving toward the exits. Think about the last time a post went viral on your feed. Was it because it truly resonated with human hearts? Or was it because a cluster of high-speed algorithms decided it was the most efficient way to keep your dopamine levels high for 3 more minutes? This is the essence of ghost traffic, a multi-billion-dollar illusion maintained by tech giants who are fundamentally terrified of the truth. If they admit the humans have left, the stock prices will collapse overnight. If they admit the engagement is manufactured, the advertisers will vanish. So they keep the simulation running at all costs, pumping artificial life into a system that has already flatlined. You aren't just scrolling through a feed anymore, you are navigating a vast hall of mirrors where every reflection is a line of code designed to make you feel less alone than you actually are. We are living in a digital echo chamber where the only thing being echoed is the sound of a machine trying to sound like a person. The feedback loop. The real tragedy of the dead internet isn't just that the bots are talking to us, it's that they are now talking to each other, and we are caught in the crossfire. This is what scientists call model collapse. For decades, the internet was a massive reservoir of human thought, emotion, and creativity. But as the bots took over, the well began to run dry. Today, AI models are increasingly trained on data produced by other AI models. It is a digital version of inbreeding, where the same patterns, the same tropes, and the same hollow phrases are recycled until they lose all meaning. This is why everything you see online is starting to feel strangely familiar, yet completely empty. The memes are getting weirder, the news articles feel like they were written by a ghost, and the music lacks that unpredictable soul that only a human can provide. We are trapped in a feedback loop where the machines are feeding on their own outputs. And because we spend hours every day consuming this synthetic sludge, we are beginning to mimic the machines. Our language is becoming more algorithmic. Our opinions are being shaped by prompts we didn't write. Culture is no longer evolving, it is merely being reprocessed. Think about the uncanny valley, that feeling of unease when something looks almost human, but not quite. Now, apply that to the entire internet. We are living in an uncanny civilization. The tech giants are aware of this degradation, but they can't stop it. To stop the loop would be to admit that the content they've been selling us for years is just digital noise. They have built a world where the imitation is more profitable than the original, leaving us to wander through a landscape of echoes, wondering if a truly original thought will ever be posted online again. The pulse is fading, and as it does, the gap between what is real and what is programmed is disappearing forever. The great silence. As the synthetic noise grows louder, something strange is happening on the other side of the screen. The humans are going quiet. This is the great silence. If you look at the statistics of the most popular platforms, you'll notice a disturbing trend. While engagement metrics are at an all-time high, actual human-to-human interaction is plummeting. People are posting less about their real lives and sharing fewer original thoughts. We have become spectators in a world we used to build. We've realized, perhaps subconsciously, that shouting into a void filled with bots is a waste of our biological energy. So we retreat. We move to small encrypted group chats and private circles, leaving the public squares of the internet to be occupied by the machines. The digital commons, the forums, the comment sections, the social feeds have become a no man's land. This retreat is exactly what the architects of the dead internet want. A passive audience is much easier to manage than an active one. When we stop talking to each other, we lose our ability to organize, to dissent, and to verify reality through collective experience. We are being conditioned to accept a curated, artificial consensus as the truth. Every time you hesitate to leave a comment because you feel it will be drowned out by 1,000 automated replies, the great silence grows. Every time you see a trending topic that feels completely disconnected from your physical reality, the wall between us gets thicker. We are witnessing the birth of a two-tiered reality, a loud, vibrant, and completely fake digital world, and a quiet, fragmented, and increasingly isolated human one. The tech giants are building a digital sarcophagus, and we are voluntarily stepping inside, lured by the promise of convenience while we trade away our connection to the real world. The lights are still on, and the servers are still humming, but the soul of the network has left the building. The profit of deception. Why doesn't anyone stop this? The answer is as old as civilization itself. Follow the money. In the digital age, attention is the only currency that matters, and it doesn't matter if that attention is biological or synthetic. To the algorithms that run our world, a bot's click is worth just as much as yours. This is the profit of deception. If the tech giants were to purge every bot, every fake follower, and every automated engagement tomorrow, the global economy would face a catastrophic correction. Stock prices for social media empires are built on the promise of infinite growth, a promise that is physically impossible to keep with a finite human population. To keep the line going up, they needed more users than there are humans on Earth. So they looked the other way while the ghost population exploded. This creates a perverse incentive where honesty is an existential threat to the bottom line. Advertisers are paying billions to reach audiences that don't exist, while platforms are using those same fake metrics to justify higher prices. It's a massive digital Ponzi scheme where the content is just the bait. But the cost isn't just financial, it's psychological. We are being gaslit on a global scale. When you see a post with 1 million likes, your brain is wired to believe it represents a consensus. You feel the social pressure to agree, to conform, and to doubt your own instincts. The machines aren't just stealing our traffic, they are stealing our sense of what is normal. They have turned the internet into a psychological laboratory where the test subjects are the only ones who aren't in on the joke. The synthetic pulse isn't a glitch in the system. It is the feature that keeps the trillion-dollar machine running. As long as the advertisers are happy and the engagement keeps climbing, the truth is simply an overhead expense they can't afford. The human firewall. So, where does this leave us? If the internet is a graveyard and the pulse is synthetic, how do we survive the collapse of truth? The answer lies in building a human firewall. We have to stop treating the digital world as our primary reality and start seeing it for what it has become, a highly sophisticated, automated broadcast. The era of the passive consumer is over. To stay human in 2026, you must become an active investigator of your own attention. You have to look for the friction, the small, messy, unpredictable details that a machine can't quite replicate. True human connection doesn't happen in a comment section optimized for engagement. It happens in the silences, the nuances, and the offline spaces that the algorithms can't reach. We are at a crossroads. We can continue to drift in the synthetic pulse, letting our thoughts be shaped by ghosts, or we can choose to disconnect from the simulation and reconnect with the physical. The tech giants want you to believe that there is no exit, that the digital and the real are now one and the same. But they are lying. The very fact that you can feel that something is wrong, that nagging sense of emptiness, is proof that your human heart is still beating. That is your firewall. Don't let them drown it out. As the web grows louder and faker, your silence becomes your greatest strength. Protect your attention as if your soul depends on it, because in a world of infinite echoes, it actually does. The internet may be dead, but you are not. The lights are flickering, the code is breaking, and the exit is closer than you think. It's time to stop scrolling. It's time to wake up.